Hello everyone, Catweazle here, welcome to the channel and welcome back to our brand new playthrough of Xayah, Legends of a Drift System with the Embers of a Forsaken Star emissions and powers expansions all mixed in. Yes, we're ready to go, we're just about to start episode 1, but before we do, yes, a cock up already. Thanks to Griffont, who noticed that I was using the wrong miniatures. This miniature, which I had down as the Vagabond, is actually the Easy Tiger. So this is Cobra Hex's ship. So we'll give it the correct red collar and put it in the correct space, which is outside Kemplar 2. And the Vagabond, which I had as the Easy Tiger, we'll give that the blue collar, and that goes to Neo Damascus, where it should be. So nice one, Griffin, for noticing that. Damn my Mr. Magoo eyes. I got that one wrong. Okay, but let's get straight into episode 1 and the start. That means Johnny Neptune, the Vagabond, and let's get to the action phase. And here we are with Johnny Neptune at his action phase. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all of his armed markers, we're going to take those over to the map with us, and then I'll know how many I've spent. So we can only spend 4. We can use them on things like his engines and his shields and what have you. And we'll keep an eye on what energy he spends. And he still has his impulse power, remember. Now, he doesn't have any money whatsoever, so unfortunately, for a trader, he won't be able to do much trading until he gets some. But I've got a plan for him to, well, at least have a chance of getting some. As soon as he gets some money together, then he will start trading properly. But let's get across to the map and let's see what he's going to do. And here we are at the map. Let's put his tokens down. So we've got 4 things we can do. Okay, so what's he going to do first? Well, he's going to spend one of these, and he's going to put it on his engines, and he's going to fire them up, because we're not going to get far if we don't actually fly somewhere. So that's a D6. So let's see what he gets. A 6. What a star. Now, he has got GTS, but remember, he can't go over his maximum, which is 6. So he gets to go 6. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. Just move the trader out of the way a second. 4 onto the mission space. That means he can pick 3 mission cards. So that's 1, 2, 3. He can't have a look at them yet. He's got to wait till his status phase. But he's got 3 missions that he can choose from. So he went 1, 2, 3, 4. He still has 2 movement left. That's a minor action. So he's going to go 1, 2 and back out of the planetary shield. He's going to spend another of these armed tokens, and he's going to start up his engines again. So let's roll again. Another 6 would be nice. But this time he rolls a 1. Rubbish. But that becomes a 3 with his GTS. So he goes 1, 2, 3 to here. And yes, he's going to head for this exploration token. So we're going to use another of these tokens. And it's the final time he can use his engine. because he only has 3 slots on it. Let's roll again. And he gets a 4 this time, which goes to a 6 with his GTS. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3. He's going to pick this up. We'll have a look at what it is in the status phase. So we'll put that on top of his missions. Now, is he going to carry on moving? Because that's a minor action. He could go, so he's moved 3, 4, 5, 6. He could actually get to the kiln. But I think it'll be best for us to stop there. We're just going to stop there. And the reason that we're going to stop is we're not going to spend this token. That's going to remain armed. What we're going to do instead is we are going to explore a new tile down here. So we'll be looking for this symbol on the new tile, which is the square, for orientation purposes. That is going to cost us an energy to boot up his long-range scanners. So we're down to 7 energy. We have all of our tiles over here, so we'll just do a cut. Take the one off the top. And let's see what we get. Calicus, we get a dead world. This is one of those dead worlds. So we can't like get any energy back here or whatever. It doesn't have a proper starport or anything. It does have an exploration token. We'll dig one of those out. We can excavate here. So on a 1 to 10, we will get ice damage because obviously it's dead. It's got no atmosphere. It's freezing cold. On 11 to 20, we can find these guys. We will get 3 of these tokens to put on the planet. It's also got a mission point, so awesome. We are looking for the square symbol. There it is. We're going to pop that there. There we go. That's Calicus. And we're going to roll a D8 and a D6 just to see which exploration token we're going to get. So that's 6 columns across, 3 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 down. That's the one. And we need 3 of these. So let's dig those out. So as you can see, it's quite a stack. So we'll do a cut. Oh, that was typical. I cut on one which was the wrong way up. Are they all? Let's make sure they're all the same way, because we're not allowed to see. But he loads of them the wrong way. Done a very good job there, have I? Right, I think they're all fine now. So what we'll do is we'll just whiz them around a bit before we do a cut. Oh, I'll tell you what, they're all over the shop, so I've just picked these 3 here. Those 3. So if we go on the harvest area and we get 11 to 20, we can start picking those up. I think that is everything we need to set up for that tile. So Calicus is on the board. And that is good news for our puddle jumper. And is there anything else we can do? Now, we do have the Batea grid. Johnny does have his Batea grid, but he's not in a debris field. He's not in an asteroid field. He's not in a nebula. He's just in like normal space, so he can't really use it. Yeah, you have to be asteroid, ice asteroid, nebula, or debris field. He's in none of those, so he can't use it. So I think that is going to be it for his turn. Yeah, he's not going to move. He's going to stay here, I think. Or is he going to move? You know what? He is going to move because I think he can make it to the kiln. So he's going to move. So we'll take that. I said he wasn't, but we've changed our mind. He's going to... Oh, no, he isn't going to move. There was a reason, and that is we'd already used our engines 3 times. But we've still got our impulse, haven't we? He's going to use his impulse. So, yellow, to grey. That gives him 3 spaces, and I think that's enough. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3. It is indeed. He's going to go onto the mission point because he's adjacent. We've also got to roll a d6 for the kiln itself. We'll put the trader back on Neo Damascus as well while we're at it. So the kiln moves 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So kiln is now over there. So we've got another mission point. So remember, we picked 3 of these. So we're going to pick 3 more. Which means during his status phase, 1, 2, 3, he's going to be able to pick from 6. So pretty good turn for Johnny so far. Pretty good action phase. We'll take these back across to his player area. Have a look at them shortly. And that is it for his action phase. Next up, if he's on a planet or the kiln, that means he gets a business phase. So we're going to move into his business phase. And here we are at the business phase. So what can we do during the business phase? Well, first of all, we can recharge energy. So we're going to go back up to 8. Remember, we spent 1 to do a long-range scan. Now, normally you'd have to pay energy to rearm these babies, which we used up on the M22 engine. Normally they'd move off there, they'd move to disarmed, and then we'd have to spend energy to move them back up to armed. But because we're actually in a space station, we're in the kiln, we can do that for free. We just plug in to their mains and we get our impulse power back, which is fabulous. So great news. So that is all we're going to do for the business phase, because we can't do anything else. We've got no damage to repair. We can't buy or sell outfits. Well, we could sell outfits, but why did we buy them in the first place if we're just going to sell them straight away? We can rearrange our hold. Well, there's nothing in it for the time being, but we could move these around if we wanted to. Yeah, but quite happy with where they are. Could buy a new ship. Oh, I wish. We're about 5 grand short. And we could buy a fame point for 5,000 credits, but we don't have 5,000 credits. So as far as Johnny and the Vagabond are concerned, that is the end of his business phase. Next up is his status phase. And here we are at the status phase. So what we'll do is, first of all, we'll find out what this explore token was. Let's hope it's not a big red X. It's a spice cube. It's the spice cubes. Okay, so he keeps that because when he gets 2, you can either turn it in for cash or fame. So, but he does get a spice cube as well. It doesn't come from the economy board because he didn't buy or sell it. So he found it in space. So another captain must have jettisoned the cargo, or perhaps it's the wreckage of some old pirate attack, something like that. Anyway, he's found a cargo case full of spice, so he's got that now, and he'll be looking to sell that at some point. And he had a look at some missions on Neo Damascus and some missions at the kiln. So let's see what these are. So, bounty hunter mission. The militia is looking for some help. We had some prisoners hijack a guard ship and escape. We're a bit short-handed while we're hunting them down. Well, we can't do this because we'd be ramming. We've got no weapons. We've got no blasters or missiles. We'd be relying on ramming. You don't want to be doing that because you damage your own ship. And it's not his type of gig, man. So he's a lover, not a fighter. Thief. Track down and acquire items. A tall man who has an air of power approaches you. Captain, maybe you can help me. I've lost something of sentimental value. I want it back and I'm willing to pay. Target is the second player on your right. We're not going to do that. Shuttle. Now this is more like it. Transporting passengers. And I hope we meet an android. A group of technophiles are looking for transport to Burning Horse. Burning Horse is on the board. A mecca for tech enthusiasts galaxy-wide. Awesome. So this is good news. Pick up passengers. And at Kemplar 2, which is on the board, payment determined by shortest flyable distance from pickup delivery. So it's 2 sectors, I think. But it's still 2,000 credits. So that's not to be sniffed at. That is the one I think we're going to take. I'm going to put that there. I don't think there'll be anything better. Not at this early in the game, anyway. Coerce, strike fear into their hearts. Someone's been talking, knows a little too much about us. The masked woman continues. We want him quiet, but do it carefully. Target the player on your right when in range. Right, it's one of those destroying things, so we're not going to do that. Counterfeit, a dubious financial practice. Once again, you find yourself in the seedy underbelly of the verse. You notice the man dealing foul credits has much too short of a shirt, and there's also his underbelly. Gross. Okay, we're not going to do that. You need an outlaw planet anyway. Boom, drop and detonate explosives. Okay, it's on red light now, but you hit this switch here. Veruta points to the lever, and we go green light. Then it's time for fireworks. Ha ha ha. She laughs so hard, she gets hiccups. So that's flying to a nice asteroid and stuff. We don't want to do that. And there's the bounty hunter one. So we've picked the shuttle. That seems pretty good for Johnny. He's not a criminal. So a shuttle, he'll be able to just take some passengers, get $2,000, and then he will be able to start. Then he'll be able to start his trading empire. If we just check at Kemplar 2, oh, it buys spice. Yes, you buy spice at Kemplar 2. You sell spice at Neo Damascus. But on his way back from Burning Horse, he should be able to drop in at Neo Damascus and sell that cube. And he may as well do it now while there's no outlaws on the board. Okay, so we discard these. So we'll just put them there like that. And as I say, you do cycle through that big deck. So as soon as that big deck goes down, we'll just shuffle the discard and start again. Okay, so that is it for him. There are no fame points for us to collect. If we had 2 of these, we could have collected a fame point. But I don't think we got one. There's a handy little card called a How to Win card. We'll have a look at it. We explored, but we haven't got 2 exploration tokens. We've only got 1. Missions, we haven't completed. We've picked a mission up, but we haven't completed it. We haven't had any combat. We haven't traded anything. We haven't purchased a ship. We haven't got $5,000, I wish. Kindness, we haven't given energy to a stranded player. Titles, we haven't claimed any titles. Luck, we haven't rolled a natural 20. Events, no event cards out yet. And we haven't sifted any relics. So we didn't get a fame point, unfortunately. But not a bad first go for Johnny. He's explored a tile. He's found Calicus, the dead planet. And he's picked up a spice cube. He's also picked up a shuttle mission. And found the kiln. So there we go. So he's on the kiln. He's got all of his armed tokens back. He's got all of his energy. He's sitting pretty for the time being. Okay, so that is it for Johnny. Our next player is Cobra Hex. And here we are with Cobra Hex and the Easy Tiger. So we'll take the armed markers. Now we'll go across to the board and we're going to see what he's going to do. And here's the Easy Tiger on the spawn space for Kemplar 2. I think he's going to do something very similar to Johnny. So he's going to move first. Let's see if we can pick one of these exploration tokens up. And let's see if we can get a mission. So his first arm token goes on his engine. He's going to roll a d6. He is our red player. So let's get that in shots. And let's see what he gets. A 2. +2 for his GTS. So he gets 4. 1, 2. Again, we'll just pop him out there. 1, 2, 3, 4. That gets him to the buy space, but he's not going to buy anything. He's going to spend another one of these and kick in his engines again. Let's see if we can do a little bit better this time. And he gets a 5. So let's work this out. 1, 2, 3, pick that up. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll do it this way. So he's going to go over the mission spot there. So again, get this out. We'll do a cut near the bottom this time. 1, 2, 3. So we've got 3 of those. Put them over on his player tray for later in the status phase when we'll check those out. So he's gone 1, 2, 3, 4. Picks this up, and I should be flicking these over right away because some of them have got movement on them. But this is a hollow cube, so we'll take that. He still keeps the token itself because if he gets 2, he can trade those in. So somebody's dropped a hollow cube. Oh, and in fact, you can sell hollow here. So that's lucky. So got a hollow cube. He does have spare cargo space. He'll pop that in there. So our bounty hunter is doing a bit of trading. He still has 1 move to make. He did 1, 2, 3, 4 there. So he's going to move back here for 1. Now, do I sell that hollow? Because if I do, we may as well use some impulse power because you've got to stop. So I don't want to use my engine where I've got a possibility of 6 movement and only end up moving 1. So I could use impulse power to get to the cell space, stop, sell, and then use my final engine. I want to get to an edge, you see, because I also want to explore. So I think we'll do that. He's going to use his impulse. So yellow to grey. And that is 3 movement, but he's only going to use 1. He's going to go to the cell space. And he's going to sell that hollow, which is here. And I'm just going to leave it in his cargo for now. He is going to sell it, but I'm going to show you that during after he's done all of his movement because I want to get the economy board so you can see what happens. So he has sold it, and then he's going to use his final one of these for, well, it's not his final one, but it will be the final one that he can use on his engines. So 3rd time for his engine, and he needs a decent roll. Go on, a good roll. A 3. That's good enough because he gets 5 with his GTS. So we go 1, 2, 3 to here, and he's going to spend an energy to use his long range scanners. So his energy goes back to 7. We're not going to bother using his final armed token, so we'll put that back. And all he's going to do is he's going to explore up here. We can put our friend the Enforcer back on the planet. And here we go. We'll have another cut. And take that one out. Let's see what we get. And we have... Oh, is this the Tigris gate? Yeah. So this is a damaged gate. So when you use this gate, you can't sort of come out of another gate. Normally, when you have 2 gates on the board, you can travel between gates, but the Tigris gate, it's damaged. So you end up on spawn spots. So you roll a d20, and you go on the nearest spawn spot. So there's a 2 there, for example, a 1 at Neo Damascus, that sort of thing. So we've got to pop this in. The first player to use the Tigris Gate, however, does get a fame point. So that is very useful. There's a spawn point, 19. There is a mission point there. Is there a exploration point? No, there isn't. But there you go. And I think the yellow is debris fields. And what have we got to line it up with? We've got to line it up with a Y, which is round here. So there we go, like that. So somebody might be able to get up there to actually use that gate and get themselves a nice little fame point if they can. But that's the end of his turn because he had to stop to scan. So, and he's not going to use his final armed marker. There's not really a lot he can use it on. And yeah, so it's going to keep it as that. We'll just quickly go back to his player tray and we'll see how that transaction went on with the hollow. Okay, here we are. So he did sell his hollow cube. Now this normally, you'd think it'd go on there, but it doesn't. It magically transforms, see the little arrow there, into a spice cube. So there are now 3 spice cubes on the economy board. Yep, remember he found it in space, but because he's selling it, it does go onto the economy board. And he gets 1,000 credits for it. So he's got some money. We'll put his money up here. So there we go. He has 1,000 credits. Fantastic stuff. There is his exploration token he found before. He's on 7 energy. And he's used his impulse. So one thing we've got to do, now that it's the end of his action phase, we've just got to put these on disarmed. Because they've been used. There we go. So they've been disarmed. That's it for his action phase. Next up, it would normally be the business phase. But he's not on a planet. He's just outside Kempler 2. And he stopped. So no business phase for him. And he is actually going to spend 3 of his energy. 1, 2, 3. Just to rearm those markers there. So he's still got 4 energy left and he gets his impulse back, but he can't regenerate his energy. And yeah, so he has got to stay pretty close to a planet. We don't want him getting stranded. So, but as it stands, he's okay. He's right next to Kempler 2. He can always like sort of dodge back in there if he needs to get all of his energy back. He didn't have to re-roll anything, so he didn't use his TAC X. Now what we can do is we can move on to the status phase, and we'll check these missions out. So next up, status phase. And here we are at the status phase because, remember, he couldn't have a business phase. He is not on a planet or on the kiln. Okay, so I think the only thing to do here is to have a look at these missions. Remember, he's got the mission computer, so he can hold up to 3. I don't think he wants 3. There is a bounty hunter mission, so he's probably going to take this. A police officer hails your comm. We could use some help tracking down a fugitive. You can't help but smile. Find and destroy any outlaw ship. Pick up any remains by rolling a d20. And 1 to 7 in paces, you get 2,000 credits. 8 to 14 fully intact but dead, 3,000. Alive but and unharmed, 5,000. Deliver the remains to Kempler 2. So we're going to keep that because Kempler 2's on the board. Unfortunately, we don't have an outlaw ship, but it won't be long. It won't be long, I don't think. Now, do we want to keep any of these 2? Because he does have the M comp. A woman in a business suit sits down next to you. I've got a package that I need delivered, no questions asked. A smile creeps over her face. No questions are asked. So, is he going to transport any illegal goods? Well, we haven't got Krella 5 out, so we haven't got Lunari out, so not really much point in keeping these. Assassin, hunt and destroy a target. As you enter the sector, your comm crackles. I've been waiting for you, Captain. I think you can help me with my problem. You're glad your grandmother didn't live long enough to see what you've become. And target the merchant. Now, we could do this. We could hunt, find and destroy the target ship. And we don't actually get... We do not actually... Oh, yes, we do get a bounty. So he's not interested in getting a bounty. So we'll leave these. So we won't take any of those two, but we will take the bounty hunter. So he does have a mission. And I think that is it for his status phase. He hasn't got any ice damage to spread or any of the other stuff. He hasn't got anything for a fame point. So I think that's it. I don't think you get anything for selling a hollow. I'll just check. Yes, we'd have got a fame point if we'd sold 2 cubes of hollow, but we only sold 1. He only had 1. He did sell them all, but you have to sell a minimum of 2. And in fact, I think in the Embers of a Forsaken Star expansion, it's just 2. You don't have to sell all of them. You just have to sell 2. So it's a minimum of 2. And yeah, he only sold 1. So tough, he doesn't get a fame point. Which is a bit disappointing because I was hoping to get an event card. But never mind. So no fame points or anything. That's it for his turn. He's done pretty well. He found some hollow. He managed to sell it on Kempler 2. He also found the Tigris Gate, which is malfunctioning. And it's stuck out there in a debris field. I think the debris is actually the remains of the gate itself. I think it's bits of the gate that have fallen off. I think that's what the debris is supposed to be. And so, yeah, pretty cool. We've done some exploration. And he's still out in space, though. So he's only on 4 energy. He'll have to get somewhere where he can get that energy back next turn. But that's it for the Easy Tiger and for Cobra Hex, who has also picked up a bounty hunter thing. Before we go, though, we still have one thing to do, and that's the Enforcer. So let's have a look at what it does. Acquiring target. If attacked, it wasn't attacked. Target's the closest outlaw. Well, unfortunately, there isn't an outlaw. So that's fine. If no ship is targeted, the Enforcer targets the most distant lawful planet. Well, there's only one lawful planet, that's Kempler 2. So he's going to stay where he is. Yeah. So he's going to be sat in the canteen and he's just waiting for some outlaw to come out, and then he'll jump in his ship. But as it is for now, he's not doing anything. Okay, that is it for the Easy Tiger and the Enforcer. Next up, it is the Puddle Jumper. And here we are at the action phase for Aquazion and the Puddle Jumper. So we're all set up and ready to go here. So let's take these action markers and we will move across to the Puddle Jumper, who's at Outpost 338. And here we are with Aquazion. So what we're going to do first, I think first we're just going to explore here because we are right on the edge of a tile, so we may as well use the opportunity. We've got a square symbol here, and that's going to cost us an energy. So we're down to 9 energy, but she's got a lot of, the Puddle Jumper has a lot of energy, so we're all right. Let's pick one near the top this time, and oh, what have we got? Pelmont, which is a debris field. And it's got an explore token. It's got a mission point. Spawn point is 15. You can do salvage here. As you can see, deadly in debris fields of 1, 2, or 3, and you are toast. But we can get cyber from here. So let's look for the square. There is the square. pop that in there. So that's down there. We're not going to go this way, so right now, because what we're going to do is, she is our archaeologist and she's heard of an interesting archaeological discovery at Calacus, so she wants to sort of make her way that way. We might do a bit of mining on the way. We will go over this mission point here, hopefully pick up this exploration token and have a go at excavating over here. Okay, so first of all, we've got to get moving, haven't we? So we're going to use one of her arm tokens and put it on her Halon engine, which is a D8. But unfortunately, she doesn't have GTS. The GTS that I should have used for the Easy Tiger and forgot. I could probably got into Tigris Gate, but never mind. So she gets a 6 anyway. Yeah, messed up with the Cobra Hex there. I could have probably got him to the Tigris Gate. But once you've gone over a phase, you can't go back. So it's just my fault, I'm afraid. So anyway, 6. 1, 2, pick up 3 of those. So let's get the deck. So we're going to pick up 3 missions. Again, we'll do another cut. And 1, 2, 3. Put them on her player area. And we'll carry on. So she's only gone 2, 3, 4. And we're going to stop on this mining area here. So we're going to roll a d20. On a 1 to 10, we're going to take that much damage. However, on an 11 to 20, we will get some spice. So we're hoping we're going to roll 11 or above. Let's go for it. A 15. Fantastic. So we do get a cube of spice. It comes from the supply. We haven't bought it, so it won't come from the economy board. And are we going to risk it for a biscuit? I don't think so, because we're going to do our risk for trying to get 2 of these. So we had, what was it? We had 5 spare cargo space. We've got 4 left, and 4 left means we might be able to pick up 2 of these artifacts. So that's what we're going to do. So we've successfully harvested the debris field. We haven't took any damage. We did have to stop though. So we're going to fire up our engine again. So that second engine token, we can use it 3 times. And the D8 again. We need another good roll. Come on. A 5, that's good. She's rolling good. Aquasian knows how to fly her ship. So she's going to go 1, 2. We're going to pick this up immediately. Now, it may be cargo, so... Oh, no, it's 1,000 credits. So she's found 1,000 credits worth of space junk. So she'll take that. And we may as well take that now. So she's got 1,000 credits. Fantastic. Put that on her play tray. Woohoo! That's what we like. In the money. And okay, so I rolled a 5. So that was 1, 2. It's minor action to pick that up. 3. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. We're going to pick up 3 more missions. So we'll have 6. We'll have 6 missions, but we'll only be able to choose 1. So let's do the same again. 1, 2, 3. 6 missions. And it just gives us a better chance of finding a mission that we actually like. So the more choice we've got, the better. So we stopped there. So that was 1, 2 to pick that up. 3, 4, 5 to there. And we have what to do now. Sure, we'll use our impulse. So here we are, using our impulse for 4, but we're only going to go 1 because we want to go into this excavate space. Again, 1 to 10, we will get ice damage. Now, ice damage is nasty. If you can get to a planet, it doesn't cost anything to get rid of because it just melts. But you have got to get to a planet, otherwise it starts spreading all over the shop. So, yeah, we do have a shield, though. I'm just going to check if I can shield ice damage. It won't be a second. Yes, we can use our shield, so that's fine. So we're going to roll that d20, and again, we want an 11 to a 20, and then we can pick up one of these. Come on. We've normally got really good rewards. So, oh, 3, damn it. So that's 3 damage. We are going to spend one of our armed tokens on our shield. So we get to roll a d6. 4, so we didn't take any damage at all, so that's good. And we're going to roll again, so we're going to excavate once more. Come on. 18, yes. So we did pick one up. So we can't look at this. I'll just put it onto our cargo pod. And are we going to go again? Because we can go again and try and pick up another one. But we're not far from the kiln. And I have, if I use one of these, I think I can, yeah, I've still got space to use my engines again. We can always come back to Caracas. So, yes, I think that's what we're going to do. We've found something. But we're going to go to the kiln and get it checked out. I think that is going to be our plan. So we're not going to go and excavate again. We're going to use our final arm token here to just set off our final engine space that we have. But just before we do, we're going to use our ability. Collect ambient energy from space. So we're just going to roll a d20 again, see if we can get some energy. Oh no, we'll wait. Yeah, we might not have to do it. If we reach the kiln, we don't have to do that at all. If we don't reach the kiln, I'll use the energy scoop. So let's roll our d8 for our engine and lose the d8. Pick it up. A 2. So of course I roll a rubbish 2 now. And we had to get all the way up here for the kiln. So we're actually going to go 1, 2. And because we're still in space, I am going to use the energy scoop now. Because what we're going to do is we're going to rearm. Put that up there. We're going to use all our energy to get all of our tokens back. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, which puts us down to 1, 2, 3, 4. That puts us down to 5 energy. So we're going to try and get a bit of that back by rolling a d20 and using our energy scoop. 20. Natural 20. That is our first fame point, kids. What a roll. Aquasion, you star a 20. Just look at that, baby. Fantastic work. So she receives full energy, but she will also get a fame point. We don't collect it right away, right now. We get that in the status phase, but she has got a fame point, which is great. Don't move that off there. We haven't picked that up yet. So, great stuff. She's got all of her energy back, even though she's not even in the kiln. She's going to try and make her way there. And then she can actually find out what that artifact is that she's picked up. Okay, I think that is it for the action phase for her. And yeah, so we won't be doing a business phase because she's still in space. So let's move straight on to her status phase. And And here we are in the status phase for Aquacyan and the puddle jumper. Nearly got something wrong. Nearly got something wrong. I moved all these back up here too quickly. Yeah. We did get back to full energy. The puddle jumper special ability obviously comes back up. It's no longer exhausted. We also get our impulse power back. We get it back now in the status phase. But these are like this until the status phase. So we take all 4 out of here at the start of the status phase, put them on disarmed, and now we spend our energy. But we did get the energy back that we spent on the long range scan. We did get that back. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, to move them all back to armed. But the important thing was we got a natural 20. So we do get a fame point. So we go up here with the green. So she is now Space Scum. I'm sure she's delighted. So she's got the first fame point of the game. And what that means is we will draw an event card because it's a sort of purpley pink spot. So we'll take the events and we'll do a cut like we always do. Flip it over and see what our event is. Ooh, this looks funky. This is a blank card that has somehow stayed in. We'll try again. There might be a few of those, actually. I didn't think that there might be the blank card for your own events. Let's open it. Right, we've got one. Wormholes. The system is porous like a Garden cheese. While this card is in play, all spawn points are now connected to each other and provide special movement similar to gates. Whenever someone uses spawn points for special movement, roll a d20. On a 1, the wormholes collapse and the ship using the wormhole is destroyed. This card remains in play till somebody rolls a 1. So they could remain in play indefinitely. So that's pretty weird, isn't it? So move these up here, give us a bit more space. So wormholes are in play. That's a pity, really, because I don't think anybody's going to roll a 1. And it just makes the gates pretty much redundant. It's a good card to come out, you know, if it was right at the end. And then if you were playing competitively and it was right at the end. But yeah, that's just the way it is. We can use the spawn points as wormholes. Does have a slight risk, a 5% chance of you having a wormhole collapse on you, but there you go, funky. Okay, wormholes is in play. What else have we got to do? And not a lot, I don't think, apart from the missions. Yeah. So let's have a look through these missions. Private Eye, find and report illegal activity. I think Dr. Balazzo is plagiarising my research. Now, she's a scientist. She is a scientist, so she might take this. A man in a lime green lab coat almost spits in his academic furore. Find out for me. I need the truth. Fly to Neo Vostok. Well, it isn't on the map yet. Recon, collect intel by discarding the top 3 mission cards from the mission point. Payment is determined by the number of outlaw missions discarded. So if there's none, bad intel, 1, 2,000, 2, 3,000, 3 outlaw missions, 5,000, and you've got to deliver the intel to Lunari. So, perhaps that is a possibility. We'll put that to one side. Research again, scan for scientific data, again, right down her alley. It has been fading in and out for the past few cycles. A strange radio signal has been pulse bursting from inside Vortex 86. I think that's a nebula. Good thing you aren't creeped out by ghost stories much. Fly to Vortex 86, collect data by rolling a d20, and then you've got to deliver it to Krella 4. Again, none of those, Vortex 86 and Krella 84, aren't out yet, but it's a possibility. Boom, this is like detonating explosives. Thief, we're not interested. Assassin, transport. Yes, law abiding, so we'll look at the blue ones. Contracted to carry commodities. The entourage arrives in 3 cycles. Don't be late. You're not sure you like the butler bot's demeaning tone. maybe that cargo would be better used elsewhere. Arrive. Fly to a mission point, any lawful planet. So Kemplar 2 is a lawful planet. Place X spice in your hold. We've already got some. Place 2 times damage on this card. 1, 2, or 3, your choice. Target player on your left. Success as an action, when adjacent, give the target X spice, can't be refused, and you jettison any excess. Gain 2,000 credits for each cargo cube that was not jettisoned. After you load, if you discard this mission without completing it, take all the damage on this card as unblockable. Plus 2,000 bounty, because like you've obviously you've jettisoned the cargo. No penalty if your ship is destroyed. We could get that, and while we've still got a small universe, he says, I think we'll take this one. We'll take that one. We're going to take an extra spice. So we have got room for it. So I don't want to take too much because we don't want to jettison any. So I want to make sure whoever we're giving it to has enough cargo room. So we'll just take 2. Well, we'll take 1. We know we've got 1 that we picked up anyway. We're going to Kemplar. Is it Kemplar? Oh, yeah, because it's any lawful planet. Yes. Oh, I don't think we can put that in till we arrive at the lawful planet. Yes. So I've got to go to the lawful planet first. And then we'll load something on. So pretty good, pretty good. I think we'll do that, and we'll discard all of these. And that is it for Aquasine's turn. She's done all right there. I'll quickly go through the events when I turn the camera off in a second. Make sure there's none of these. And I'll also, I'll do it for the titles as well. I forget, there are some blank cards that you can sort of use yourself and put your own events on. So I'll just check there aren't any more. Okay, yes. There was 3 blank event cards and there was 3 blank titles cards. So I've reshuffled the decks and took the blank ones out. One last thing to do, because she is controlling the merchant. So we've got to move the merchant. We'll have to go back to the board because the merchant will be moving, and unlike the enforcer, and we'll see where it's going to go. And here we are with the merchant. He's on Neo Damascus. So he's got to go to the next planet. That's dead easy because we've only got one other planet. That's Kemplar 2 over here. So he's going to head in that direction. He's going to move 8 spaces. So he's going to go 1, 2. And I've got to have a quick look. What is going to be the quickest way? I think if he skirts around the kiln this way is the quickest. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he is here. Yeah, he's fine. He's just skirting near, and he hasn't gone across the Burning Horse Nebula border. He's fine. He's avoided that, and I think he can just get past Tigris without hitting any of those debris fields, and he can go through this way. Yeah, so he's well on his way to Kemplar 2, and that is it for the merchant. Next up, it will be Ves Virgo. And here we are with our final player, Ves Virgo, who is piloting the Ghost Stalker. So we'll need those armed tokens, and let's go to the map and see what she is going to do. And here we are with Ves. She's a little bit out of it. She's here just on the edge of the Burning Horse Nebula. I think what she's going to do first, though, because she's in quite a good spot, she's on 2 edges here. of the burning horse tile. So she's going to spend 2 of her energy. So that'll put her down to 6. And she's going to do 2 scans. So she's going to do 1 scan up here, where we've got a Y symbol. And she's going to do a scan down here where we've got the arrow symbol. So let's get these. We'll do a cut. And we'll just pick the top 2. Lob them there. So we'll do the top one first, whatever it is, and we're looking for the Y. And we've got empty space. So there are a couple more of these tiles in here, because I got some off BGG, just to give it, just to make it more annoying, really. So we've got empty space there. And on this one, we have the smuggler's den. So that means that the sellsword is coming out. So that is the arrow, isn't it? It is. Where is the arrow? There is the arrow. So the smuggler finds the smuggler's den. Surprisingly enough, she must have been on her way there or just coming out of there. So the smuggler's den, we'll actually have a look at this. No need to look at that empty sector because there's nothing on it. But this is the smuggler's den. I'll put it the right way round for the purposes of us having a look. So it's full of asteroids, including the very big asteroid, which is actually the smuggler's den. So you can buy anything on here. So 2 cubes of anything you can buy on here for 1,000 each. It's got a mission point, a spawn point, and it does have a exploration as well. So we'll have to roll for that. And as well as that, it's obviously got our friend the sellsword, and we'll put our friend the sellsword on the spawn point here. So we'll just get it back into the correct orientation. We'll get our friend the sellsword. He's right next to her. So there we go. Or shall we put him actually in the smuggler's den itself? We better put him in the smuggler's den itself, I think. Let's not make things too easy for ourselves. So he's in the smuggler's den. We'll have a look at the sellsword. Here he is. And he's your friend for the right price. When smuggler's den is discovered, place the sellsword on it. We've done that. Higher. As an action, a player adjacent to the sellsword may place 1,000 credits on this card and take the card from the current owner, if there is one, placing it to the left of their ship card. The player is now the owner. Control. Immediately after the owner's turn, they may take a turn with the sellsword. Move. The owner may move the sellsword up to 7 spaces per turn. Attack. The owner may have the sellsword attack 1 adjacent ship per turn with 2 D6 blasters. Contingency. If sellsword is destroyed by its owner, or while it has no owner, no fame points or credits are awarded. So defense, if attacked, defend with a D12 shield. To kill, 12 damage or higher on the card. On a kill, collect any credits on this card and 2 fame points. That's the sellsword. But for the moment, he's not with anybody. We won't put his card with any of our players until one of them actually goes into the smuggler's den and actually procures his services. Now, the smuggler's den, obviously, it has this, like, did I say it was purple? It's not, it's more sort of orangey red, isn't it? An orangey red asteroid shield, I suppose you call it. It's not really a planet. And going in and out the front gate here, that will make you an outlaw and give you a bounty. But we have the special ability of the Ghost Stalker, so we could actually go through here, yeah, and use her ability. And if we sneak in that way and sneak out that way, then no harm done. But I don't think we're actually going to do that because she's got no money. If she had some money, we'd actually go in there, we'd pick up some cubes, and we'd go and try and sell them. But as it is, I don't think it's worth it just to get her mission space. So I think we may brave the Burning Horse Nebula instead. And do that. Once she's got, you know, a few quid, then perhaps we'll start smuggling in earnest. But just running the risk of going outlaw just for a mission point doesn't seem, doesn't seem too clever. So we won't do that. We'll go into Burning Horse. We'll try and harvest some hollow because we can sell it over here at Kempler 2. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use one of her arm tokens, put it on her engine. She's got a D8 engine. She is our yellow player as well. So we'll use this. Can I put it in anywhere where it can be seen? There. Okay. So let's see what she gets to start with. Oh, I just can't seem to get the dice in. The dice tower lately. Come on. That's better. A 1. Absolute rubbish. But she has got GTS, hasn't she? She has. So that's going to be a 3. She's going to go in here and she's going to go 1, 2, 3 onto the harvest point. Now, she's got to roll for whether she loses any energy. So that's a D20 and we want over a 10. Come on, Vess. 16, she does it. Fantastic. I think we've got to roll again, haven't we? Hang on. Yes, we had to roll going in, and now we've got to roll for this. So that was for going in, and we're rolling again to see if we can harvest a hollow. I think that's correct. 15. So we do harvest a hollow cube. Take it from the supply. And she only has 1 cargo spot, so she only has to do it once. And what she's going to do now is she's going to use her engine again. And she's hopefully going to get a better result than a 1. Come on, D8. She did get better than a 1. She got a 2. So that's going to be 4 movement. So she's going to go onto there, which is a mission spot. So that's 1. 2, another mission spot. So that's 6 cards we're going to pick. You don't have to roll going out of a nebula, so we're fine there. And I think she can actually do the Tigris Gate. So she's going to go into that. So that was 1, 2, 3. And we've got to roll a D20 again for where we end up. We're only doing this because we get a fame point for using the Tigris Gate. She rolled a 12, and the nearest thing we've got to a 12 is 13, which is where she's just come from. But she did get a fame point. So we've got a fame point for doing that. Blimey. Fun. So it just takes about exactly where she come from. But never mind, got the fame point. So she's going to use a final engine now. Final engine. Come on, more than the 2. We want to get across to bloody Kempler 2. Sell this hollow. Oh, a 5. So with her GTS, that is 7. So she can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. You can't go on the same spot. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got to stop there because you can't stop on the same space as another miniature, unfortunately. So that's okay because we've still got impulse power of 3. So she's going to use her impulse power of 3. And that will actually allow her to go through. So that'll be 1, 2, 3. It's now adjacent to the kiln. So she can actually go into the kiln. So she's going to do that. She can't go into the mission spot because he's already on it. And if I had 2 extra movement, which I didn't in either of those cases, I could have either gone through or I could use the mission point there if we had 2 extra movement. You sort of go in one and out one immediately and just pick up the missions. But we've got 6 anyway, so that's fine. I'm just going onto the kiln because it's on the way to Kempler 2, and we may as well get all our energy back and stuff. So she's used that. We've got 1 of her arm tokens left, but there's nothing she can really use it on. She's used up all her engines and everything, so she just keep that as armed. That is the end of her action phase, I think. We just need to pick up those 6 missions. So again, we'll do a cut, and we'll do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's 6 missions that she'll have to go through in her status phase. But because she's on the kiln, that does mean that we will get a business phase. And I think we'll go straight into that right now. And here we are at the business phase. So first things first, all these have to go as disarmed. Well, do this in the status phase, but we can do it now. Let's disarm all that lot. And what we're looking for here is like any damage, whether we want to rearrange our outfits. And just quick look at the card. We can recharge energy, so we'll do that. Recharge energy, and because we're at the kiln, that means we can do these for free as well. Because we're in a space station. So we get all our energy back, we get our impulse back. Well, we get our impulse back in the status phase, so I'll leave that like that. But we're all back. That's fantastic. And yes, I think that is pretty much it. Yep, that is it for her and the business phase. So let's get into the status phase. And here we are at the status phase. Let's claim some fame. She too is Space Scum, because she used the Tigris Gate. And we don't get another event because the first player to actually get to that space claims the reveals the event, which is wormholes. So we don't draw another. And now we can flip our impulse power back. There we go. So she's not going to do anything else, I don't think. It's just a question of, we didn't use a disruptor field, so that doesn't need to be refreshed or anything. We have our missions, and I think that's the only thing to go through. So to quicken this up, we'll just, if there's a smuggler mission, there isn't, but arms dealer sounds funky. Enable the garbage. Then I'll see you in the freezing cold of Neo-Vostok. Your mother taught you not to play with guns, but she didn't say anything about missiles. Haha! Pick up missile outfit. Payment determined by outfit delivered. Tier 1, 3,000 plus a bounty. Tier 2, 5,000 plus a bounty. Tier 3, 7,000 plus a bounty. But you get stuck with a bounty each time. We're not interested. We're like trying to keep it all undercover. Counterfeits, dubious financial practice. It's easy money. Just find some sucker to seal the deal, and these credits are as good as ours. The green-toothed man chortles at you. Don't worry, you'll get your cut. Fly to a mission point in any nebula. Well, there we go. Target is the player on your left. As an action, when adjacent to target, declare how you will split 4,000 credits reward. Then target must pick launder or snitch. You roll a d20. So launder the split. Okay, and oh yeah, there's 3 chances of getting a bounty. But if you get an 11 to 20 on launder, you get away with it. Perhaps, maybe. Cargo, deliver goods to clients, pick up cargo cubes, payment determined by cargo delivered to Taft Yacht, which isn't on. I think that's a dead planet. Perhaps, but we want to do something a bit risky. Again, deliver goods. Thief, track down and acquire items. It's too dangerous to let loose on the galaxy. The pudgy scientists with a comb over ask you to obtain his secret weapon plans. I've made a terrible mistake. You've got to get the plans back. Target the player on your left. Fly adjacent to the target ship and make a theft attempt. A D20. Oh, this might be good. And you deliver to Burning Horse, which is there, out on the board. And we only get a bounty if we roll 1 to 5. Woo! So that'd be cool. The player on her left is actually the puddle jumper, who's not too far away. So we'll get rid of that one. For definite. That is our new possible. Boom. Oh, this is using the detonator and stuff, but you end up with a bounty. So, no, and we're back to arms dealer. So, we'll take this thief one. Now, just because we happen to have it doesn't mean we have to do it. We will see how we go on. And if the opportunity presents itself, then we will do it. So, we've got to basically get next to the puddle jumper, roll a D20, and as long as we roll a 6 and above, we're laughing. And then we just deliver to Burning Horse. So pretty cool. Right, oh. Thief. Dun, dun, dun. She's up to no good already. Remember, she has got some hollow though. So she is looking to get to Kemplar 2 to sell that at some point. And yeah, I think that is it for her. She's done everything. Let me just check the status phase. We've got no ice damage. We've claimed fame. No titles or events. We've refreshed. And we've armed our markers and everything like that. We're at the... Yeah, we should have done it in the... Should have done that in the status phase, armed the markers. But because we're in the kiln, we do get all the energy back anyway. So that chucked me... That threw me a bit, but we're still fine. The way we've ended up, that's fine. Okay, right, that is it. So, turn 1. Bit stop-start, because I'm still learning the rules. I'm taking my time, and after each turn, I've been uploading and editing as I go along, which I normally do with a brand new game. I think I've caught most of the things that I got wrong, but as usual, if you've spotted something that I messed up, please give me a shout. I'm still getting the timings right, you know, as we go through the various phases. So I think I've caught them all, but by all means, flag any up that we haven't. I tell you what I haven't done. We revealed the smuggler's den, and it had an exploration token. So we've got the exploration tokens up here. We need to do a D8 and a D6. So we'll do that now. Can I find a flat area to do it on? Hopefully that'll do. And let's just quickly roll. So we've got a 5 and a 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's it. So we'll put that on the smuggler's den. That's the only thing I think I've forgotten. So there we go, we've caught up on that now. And that is the end of the turn. So yeah, bit stop-start, but I'll probably get a bit quicker as we go along. I hope so, because this is going to be about an hour again, isn't it? But yeah, really enjoying it. So once you get into playing it and you're like, oh right, what am I going to use my tokens on? And so there's a lot to think about. There's a lot of puzzling and you know, trying to figure out the best way to do things, and that's just great. That's what I look for in this type of game. So brilliant. And it's going pretty well. Going pretty well. We're not very rich at the moment, but we have got our first 2 fame points, and I think once we get rattling along, then it should be. We should have a pretty good game here. I'm hoping so. Anyway, we've done quite a bit of exploring, so we've got quite a few tiles out on the board now. Only 1 empty sector, which is good. And people. The other thing is, each player is pretty much doing very well as far as role playing going. I mean, the Ghost Stalker ran into Smuggler's Den straight away. She's our smuggler, so that's brilliant. Our archaeologist, Aquacyan, she managed to actually do some archaeology, which is brilliant. Unfortunately, Johnny hasn't done too much actual trading, but he did pick up a cargo cube. And the Easy Tiger, he picked up a bounty hunter mission. So we're doing pretty well, really well on the old role-playing side of things. So that's good. That is good. That bodes well for the rest of the playthrough. So I hope you've enjoyed turn 1 of Xayah, Legends of a Drift System, with the Embers of a Forsaken Star and the Missions and Powers expansions, and my little solo sort of experiment that I call The Outer Limits. As I say, any mistakes, please flag them up and I will try and correct them for next turn. And yeah, thank you for all the views and subscriptions and likes and dislikes and all the help and support. It really is very much appreciated. Thank you. Anybody who's been to Board Game Links to upvote the site, thank you to you too, as well as anybody at BGG who's liked the video threads, made a comment, dropped Geek Gold, anything like that. Thank you so much. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Thank you as well. It's fantastic. I hope you will join me for episode 2. But until then, this is me, Catweazle, saying toodaloo.